Want to speak real Russian from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at RussianPod101.com.
Well, you want to become fluent fast, right? Here are the top 5 shortcuts to learning a language. Number 1, create a study schedule and set some goals. Many language learners are unorganized. Creating a schedule allows you to free up time to study consistently. Goals give you motivation and something to strive for. Number 2, make it fun. If you learn how to make your study time enjoyable, chances are you'll be more inclined to study. Watch a TV show with subtitles or listen to some music. Number 3, find a language partner. This is the best way to improve your conversation skills. It will help you gain fluency even faster and increase confidence when speaking. Number 4, use word lists to build up a solid vocabulary. This is a great way to build up your fluency, one word at a time. Luckily, we have all the word lists you need, with a range of topics, from food to love. Choose whichever language you want to study and go. Number 5, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Nothing helps you improve more than correcting your own errors. You're more likely to remember it correctly the next time around. Everyone makes mistakes. Don't be afraid to learn from them. There's no magical way to learn a new language overnight, but doing all of these can really help your learning process.
Мужчина и женщина разговаривают. На какие часы они смотрят и который сейчас час?
Ты знаешь, который сейчас час?
Извини, я забыла сегодня часы.
Ясно. Я просто волнуюсь. Успеем ли мы на поезд?
У входа в станцию есть часы.
Хорошо. О, нет. Поезд прибывает через 5 минут.
Это тот, который обычно прибывает в 10 часов?
Да, нам лучше поспешить.
На какие часы они смотрят и который сейчас час? Мужчина и женщина разговаривают. На какие часы они смотрят и который сейчас час?
Ты знаешь, который сейчас час?
Извини, я забыла сегодня часы.
Ясно. Я просто волнуюсь. Успеем ли мы на поезд?
У входа в станцию есть часы.
Хорошо. О, нет. Поезд прибывает через 5 минут.
Это тот, который обычно прибывает в 10 часов?
Да, нам лучше поспешить.
Мужчина должен забрать дочь своей знакомой из школы. Которая из девочек является дочерью его знакомой? Извини, что беспокою тебя, но ты не мог бы забрать мою дочку из школы вместе со своей?
Конечно. А она меня знает?
Да, она видела тебя на фотографиях, так что должна узнать.
Опиши мне, как она выглядит.
У нее темные вьющиеся волосы, она худенькая и довольно высокая.
Хорошо. Что-нибудь еще?
Она сказала, что будет в шляпке. Это белая шляпка с черной ленточкой.
Думаю, я легко найду ее. Хорошо. Я заберу твою дочь.
Спасибо. Которая из девочек является дочерью его знакомой? Мужчина должен забрать дочь своей знакомой из школы. Которая из девочек является дочерью его знакомой? Извини, что беспокою тебя, но ты не мог бы забрать мою дочку из школы вместе со своей?
Конечно. А она меня знает?
Да, она видела тебя на фотографиях, так что должна узнать.
Опиши мне, как она выглядит.
У нее темные вьющиеся волосы, она худенькая и довольно высокая.
Хорошо. Что-нибудь еще?
Она сказала, что будет в шляпке. Это белая шляпка с черной ленточкой.
Думаю, я легко найду ее. Хорошо. Я заберу твою дочь.
Спасибо.
Привет всем! Hello everyone, and you're with me, Katyusha, with 15 questions you should know. Let's see what you should know and could be really useful for you when you're in Russia. Вы когда-нибудь были в России? Have you ever been to Russia? Вы когда-нибудь были в России? Have you ever been to Russia? Где вы живете? Where do you live? Где вы живете? Where do you live? Где вы живете? Где? Where? Вы? Do you? Live? Живете? Где вы работаете? Where do you work? Где вы работаете? Where do you work? If you lost your direction, you can ask, for example, where is the station? Где станция? Где вы учили русский язык? Where did you learn Russian? Где вы учили русский язык? Where did you learn Russian? Где вы учили? Where did you learn? It's a lot of weird questions. Где находится туалет? Where is the toilet? Где находится туалет? Where is the toilet? Идите направо. Go to the right. Как вас зовут? What's your name? Как вас зовут? What's your name? My name is Katyusha. Меня зовут Катюша. And what's your name? Как дела? How are you? Как дела? How are you? Как дела? Хорошо? И я хороша. Спасибо. Как долго вы учите русский язык? How long have you been studying Russian? I've been studying Russian language for 3 weeks. Я учу русский язык на протяжении 3 недель. How long you've been studying Russian with me, huh? Какой у вас номер телефона? What's your phone number? Какой у вас номер телефона? What's your phone number? I'm sure you can ask this question a lot. Sorry, I forgot my phone number. Извините, я забыла свой номер телефона. Когда ваш день рождения? When is your birthday? Когда ваш день рождения? When is your birthday? My birthday is soon. Мой день рождения очень скоро. Откуда вы? Where are you from? Откуда вы? Where are you from? Or you can also switch and say, вы откуда? You are from where? Откуда вы? Вы откуда? I'm from Russia. And you? Сколько вам лет? How old are you? I'm gonna be 18 soon. Мне скоро будет 18. Что-что? What? Что вы сказали? What did you say? Что-что? Like what? This you can hear really a lot. Что-что? Что-что? Что вы сказали? What? What did you say? Что это? What is it? Что это? What is it? It's a present for you. Это подарок для тебя. Вам это нравится? Do you like this? Вам это нравится? Do you like it? You're choosing flowers, so you can ask, do you like this flower? Тебе нравятся эти цветы? Do you like this movie? Тебе нравится это кино? Okay, 15 questions are done, and I hope you can use it next time you're talking to a Russian person.
To master a new language and understand everything as soon as you hear it, to read with just a quick glance and speak smoothly without thinking, you need to review. Here are our top 5 review tactics. Number 1, listen to examples over and over again. By listening closely and often, you start to pick up the rhythm of a language, as well as correct pronunciation from a native speaker. Use our line-by-line feature that lets you both listen and read along. Use this tool to practice as much as possible. Number 2, use our voice recording tool to master perfect pronunciation. Record yourself and compare it against the native speaker. If you sound different, then repeat after the native speaker until you're able to match them. Use our voice recording feature, which makes recording super easy. Number 3. Master your recorded conversations. Record conversations and go over them again and again. Master entire conversations and repeat them line by line. Use any of the dialogues available for download on our website. These come with transcripts of the entire conversation. Number 4. Use mobile devices to reinforce previously learned conversations. Constant review is the best way to progress in your language studies. Download the recorded dialogue to your mobile device and incorporate it into your music playlist. Quick reviews throughout the day effectively reinforce what you've learned. Number 5. Read with line-by-line notes. Read along with a native speaker to really master pronunciation and natural intonation. You should start slow at first, then slowly increase your speed. Your pronunciation will become more natural. You will also see that your ability to understand fluent speakers will greatly increase. You'll be able to improve your communication skills using these 5 simple review techniques.
Мужчина и женщина разговаривают. Что они сначала собираются сделать?
Какие у тебя сегодня планы?
Я хочу посмотреть фильм.
Хорошо. А я хочу посмотреть бейсбол по телевизору.
Также я хочу пройтись по магазинам.
Бейсбол начнется в 1:00 дня.
Ладно, давай сначала посмотрим фильм, а затем ты можешь смотреть свой бейсбол.
Хорошо. А тогда вечером пройдемся по магазинам.
Что они сначала собираются сделать? Мужчина и женщина разговаривают. Что они сначала собираются сделать?
Какие у тебя сегодня планы?
Я хочу посмотреть фильм.
Хорошо. А я хочу посмотреть бейсбол по телевизору.
Также я хочу пройтись по магазинам.
Бейсбол начнется в 1:00 дня.
Ладно, давай сначала посмотрим фильм, а затем ты можешь смотреть свой бейсбол.
Хорошо. А тогда вечером пройдемся по магазинам.
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Оксана.
Здравствуйте, а меня Эрик.
Очень приятно.
Взаимно.
Hey, hello, it's me Katusha again with you, and are you ready for the 10 hardest words to pronounce? 10 hardest words to pronounce it. Russian pronunciation is not easy, so are you ready for the challenge? Now let's begin. Split. Come out to the surface. Split. Split. I bet you can't say that. I guess what's difficult about this sound is that V and S come together, one after the other. Split. Because split is swimming or floating. So something comes out from inside the water to the top, to the surface. So split. Split. Okay? Now you can say this word. Днем. In the afternoon. Well, here you have a hard D changing with the soft yo, so it sounds like днем. I prefer having my breakfast in the early afternoon. Я предпочитаю завтракать рано днем. Достопримечательность. Attraction. Достопримечательность. For example, when you're going to Paris or somewhere, you can see many different tourist attractions. Let's make a sentence. Eiffel Tower is one of the tourist attractions. Эйфелевая башня – одна из туристических достопримечательностей. Кремль – главная туристическая достопримечательность Москвы. Kreml is the main tourist attractions in Moscow. Did it sound too long? Well, sorry, that's Russian, guys. Ёжик. Hedgehog. Ёжик. Ёжик. Этот ёжик такой милый. This hedgehog is so cute. Здравствуйте. Hello. Здравствуйте. Actually, in the middle of this word, there's a letter V you can see in the writing form, but when you say it, it disappears. So instead of здравствуйте, we just say здравствуйте. When you see someone for the first time or someone you don't know, you can say здравствуйте. Меня зовут Катя. Hello, my name is Katya. Пожалуйста. Please. Пожалуйста. This word is usually used in the beginning or in the end of the sentence. So if you want to ask for something, you can say, give me the receipt, please. Дайте мне чек, пожалуйста. Преподаватель. Teacher. Преподаватель. Well, basically teaching is преподавание, or to teach someone is преподавать, basically to bring your knowledge to someone. My teacher was late to the class today. Сегодня мой преподаватель опоздал на урок. 5. 5. 5. 5. Give me 5. Дай мне 5. Yay! Чебурашка. 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 It's a made-up word for the animation character. For example, I used to love watching Чебурашка. Когда я была маленькая, я обожала смотреть Чебурашку. Шишка. Pine cone. Шишка. Well, how shall I explain this? It's like when you're trying whistling, but you can't, so you say shh, you know? And then you just put another sh after, so shishka. Maybe it helps you. Шишка. There were many pine cones in the forest. В лесу было много шишек. Well, I'm happy you stayed with me, Katyusha, and with 10 hardest words to pronounce it in Russian. Hope you could manage the challenge, and I'll see you again next time. Hello everyone again. Привет всем. And it's me, Katyusha, with 10 phrases that make you look like a fool. Мы не можем это сделать. We can't do that. Мы не можем это сделать. We can't do that. Just can't. Мы не можем. Yeah. Мы не можем это сделать. So did you hear what I said? Мы не можем это сделать. Okay? Просто делай то, что я говорю. Just do what I say. Просто делай то, что я говорю. Just do what I say. Okay? Просто делай то, что я говорю. Do I look like a fool right now? If I do, then I succeeded. Ты не очень умный. You're not very smart. Ты не очень умный. You're not very smart, huh? Yeah, smart people wouldn't say that, I think. Ты не очень умный. Бедняга. Poor guy. У меня больше нет необходимости что-нибудь еще учить. I don't need to learn anything anymore. У меня больше нет необходимости что-нибудь еще учить. I don't need to learn anything anymore. У меня больше нет необходимости еще что-нибудь учить. I'm not gonna go to school. Я не пойду в школу. У тебя ничего не получится. You'll never succeed. У тебя ничего не получится. You'll never succeed. У тебя ничего не получится. You'll never succeed. Never listen to this one. Это слишком трудно. Даже и не пытайся. It's too hard. Don't even try. Это слишком трудно. Даже и не пытайся. It's too hard. Don't even try. Это слишком трудно. Даже и не пытайся. Я знаю все. I know everything. Я знаю все. I know everything. Trust me. I know everything. Я, you know, it's I, know, знаю, все, everything. And because I know everything, here's another phrase. Я не нуждаюсь в твоих советах. I don't need your advice. Я не нуждаюсь в твоих советах. I don't need your advice. Я Не нуждаюсь в твоих советах. Literally, it means be quiet, don't talk to me. Я не нуждаюсь в твоих советах. Я пока не готов учить русский. I'm not ready to learn Russian. Я пока не готов учить русский язык. I'm not ready to learn Russian. It's hard. Тяжелый. Я пока не готов учить русский язык. And maybe I'll never be ready. But if you watch Katyusha... Я уронила свой телефон в туалет. I dropped my phone in the toilet. Я уронила свой телефон в туалет. I dropped my phone in a toilet. Я уронила свой телефон в туалет. I mean, what else can I say after that? So, I hope you like 10 phrases that make me look like a fool. So, subscribe and stay with me, Katyusha. Пока-пока.
Want to speak real Russian from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at RussianPod101.com.
In this series, you'll master Russian pronunciation. Proper pronunciation is essential in Russian, and in this series, you'll learn it in a fast, comprehensive, and easy way. In this first lesson, you'll learn about the building blocks of the Russian pronunciation system that will help you in future lessons. The Russian alphabetical writing system is derived from the Cyrillic script, which is one of the most commonly used writing systems in the world. The Russian alphabet is made up of 33 letters, consisting of 21 consonants, 10 vowels, and 2 extra letters which act as modifiers. But be careful not to fall into a very common trap. As you're learning to speak correctly, you shouldn't concern yourself with all the letters. That's right, forget them. You care about the sounds of Russian, and here they are. There are 37 consonant sounds and 13 vowel sounds. Each symbol that you see here represents a single sound determined by the IPA, which is a standardized way to represent sounds without the baggage that's usually involved with traditional letters. By using all of these sounds, you can form every single word in Russian. Have you noticed how most consonant sounds in Russian exist in pairs? K, ki, m, mi. In each pair, there is the original pronunciation of the consonant sound, k, and that same sound, but with an added y sound, ki. Nearly all consonant sounds in Russian exist in this kind of pairing. So if you know how to pronounce the original sound, it's quite easy to figure out its counterpart simply by adding an additional y sound. Still seem complicated? Well, how about this? Of the 37 consonant sounds in Russian, you already know 15 of the original sounds. That's right. If you're a native English speaker, then you already make these sounds every day. You can also ignore 10 of the vowel sounds for the very same reason. With just a tiny bit of effort and creativity, you could effectively ignore 14 more consonant sounds simply by adding a y sound to the ones that you already know. The only thing standing between you and perfect Russian pronunciation is 8 new consonant sounds and 3 new vowel sounds. You can handle that. Now let me introduce Katya, who will be helping you to master these new sounds.
Привет, меня зовут Катя.
Katya will be giving you native pronunciation examples for you to imitate. But for this first lesson, just sit back and listen to the unique sounds of Russian.
Рыба, горло, река, 3, синий, есть, щетка, щель, цель, отец, чай, часы, жест, тяжелый, дрожжи, езжу, ты, мы, южный, юноша, Россия, молоко.
In the next lesson, we'll look at the top 5 pronunciation mistakes Russian learners make. You'll want to make sure not to fall into these common traps. After that, we'll begin going through the vowels and consonants of Russian. This is your chance to learn how to correctly say all of the words you just heard. We'll finish up the series by covering some special topics that will really make your Russian sound natural. To close this lesson, here's a question for you. Why is it important to spend time on learning proper pronunciation, even if you're already an advanced speaker? The answer, you will be understood, and this will help you build more confidence as you communicate in Russian. For beginners, you're creating a strong foundation to build on. And for more advanced students, this is your chance to improve your accent and lose any bad habits you may have picked up. In this lesson, you'll learn the top 5 Russian pronunciation mistakes to avoid. These are common mistakes that Russian learners tend to make, so pay close attention and make sure that you don't make these same mistakes too. Are you ready? Then let's get started. This is a rare sound that doesn't exist in many languages. Many Russian learners are unable to pronounce this vowel simply because it's unfamiliar to them. When Russian learners attempt to pronounce this vowel, they tend to pronounce it as I instead of U. This is an issue because the former sound is another vowel in Russian. Consider these 2 words.
Бить. Быть.
These 2 words sound very similar, but their meanings are completely different. It is essential that you're able to clearly distinguish between the 2 vowels.
I. U.
The inability to do so could lead to some very problematic misunderstandings. We'll cover this sound in the next lesson. Stay tuned so that you can correct this common mistake. This is another letter that's difficult for Russian learners to deal with. The soft sign is a letter that acts like a modifier. It doesn't produce any sound on its own, but is instead used to affect a preceding letter's sound quality by adding palatalization. The problem arises when speakers pronounce words without paying attention to the tiny soft sign. Compare the following examples. Listen to Katya and pay attention to the way it's pronounced in the following words.
Брат. Брать. Угол. Уголь. Мать. Мат.
Sometimes the soft sign may be the only quality that distinguishes 2 words. As you can see, ignoring the soft sign will undoubtedly lead to miscommunication. But don't worry, we'll teach you all about these sounds and palatalization throughout this series.
Щ.
This is another difficult sound for Russian learners. It should sound similar to the SH-CH sound in the words fresh cheese, but a little softer, or like the SH in the words ship or sheep. Be careful though, because it's not the same as the sh in shock. The sh in ship forces the tongue to be raised higher than in words like shock. Listen carefully to the way that Katya pronounces this consonant.
Щ. Щ. Плащ. Щука. Щетка.
Notice how it sounds a little more constricted and tense. It also sounds slightly longer than other consonants. If you want to know how to pronounce this sound correctly, stay tuned until Lesson 6, where we break it down in detail. There are many different ways to construct statements and questions in Russian, either with or without the use of interrogative words like what, why, when, how, and so forth. And because of this fact, things can get quite chaotic when improper intonation is used. Intonation can transform a statement into a question, and vice versa in Russian. Many students of Russian don't pay much attention to intonation. Without the proper intonation, however, it's very difficult for native listeners to judge whether the utterance is a statement or a question. Compare the following examples.
Это музей. Это музей?
The first example is a statement, meaning, this is a museum. The second is a question, meaning, is this a museum? As you can see, changing the intonation alone can change the meaning of a sentence entirely. Improper use of intonation can lead to very problematic communication. Try to pay attention to the way native Russians pronounce sentences and try to imitate them. Don't beat yourself up if you don't get it straight away, though, because intonation usually comes naturally the more you study a language.
Й. I.
Many letters in Russian look very similar, and this can be a difficult problem for new learners. This is particularly true for these 2 letters.
Й.
Is a consonant, and it sounds like the Y sound in boy.
I.
Is actually a vowel, even though it looks very similar to the previous letter. It sounds like the I sound in visa. Consider the following examples.
Мой. Мои. Твой. Твои.
Clearly, failing to recognize these 2 letters will result in the wrong pronunciation. Try to be mindful of these 2 letters and other letters that may look alike in Russian. Now you know the top 5 Russian pronunciation mistakes to avoid. Try to be careful so that you don't make these same mistakes. In this lesson, you'll learn all 13 Russian vowel sounds. By learning all of these sounds, you'll be able to pronounce any vowel that could possibly appear in Russian. Are you ready? Then let's get started. There are a total of 13 vowel sounds in Russian, all of which can be broken down into 3 categories: hard indicating, soft indicating, and unstressed vowel sounds. First, let's take a look at all 5 hard indicating vowel sounds. The first vowel is
А, да, атом, трава.
This vowel sound is identical to the A in far. Be sure to lower your jaw and allow the mouth to open completely.
А, 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 а.
The next vowel is
Это, экран, жест.
This vowel sound is identical to the E in education.
Э, 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 э.
The next vowel is
Ты, мы, язык.
Raise the middle part of your tongue all the way to the roof of your mouth until there's only a tiny opening for air to travel through. The back of the tongue should be flat against the back roof of the mouth so that the tongue is tense. Try to create a narrow channel from the base of the throat all the way to the roof of the mouth. Your lips should remain neutral. Listen to Katya.
И, 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 и.
The next vowel is
О, он, облако, овощи.
This vowel sound is very similar to the O in or. Exaggerating the lip rounding may also help with the pronunciation of this sound.
О, 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 о.
The final hard indicating vowel is
У, удочка, муж, пуля.
This vowel sound is identical to the U in true. Be sure to raise the back part of your tongue all the way up against the back roof of your mouth. Exaggerating your lip rounding may also help with the pronunciation of this sound.
У, 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 у.
You just learned 5 hard indicating vowel sounds. Now let's move on to soft indicating vowel sounds.
Я, яблоко, ягода, яхта.
This is identical to the yaw sound in yard. Be sure to lower your jaw and allow your mouth to open completely.
Я, 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 я.
The next vowel is
Е, есть, евро, ездить.
It sounds very similar to the YE in year.
Е, 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 е.
The next vowel is
И, имя, пить, щи.
It's identical to the double E sound in C.
И, 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 и.
The next vowel is
Ё, тетя, актер, свое,
It sounds very similar to the yo in your.
ё, 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 ё,
The final soft indicating vowel is
ю, южный, юбка, юноша,
It sounds very similar to you. Be sure to raise the back part of your tongue all the way up against the back roof of your mouth. Exaggerating your lip rounding may also help with the pronunciation of this sound.
ю, 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 ю.
Well done! You've learned all the hard and soft indicating vowels in Russian. The final 3 vowel sounds are sounds that are only produced when certain vowels are in unstressed syllables. The first vowel sound that occurs in unstressed syllables is
А. Россия. Молоко. Вода.
This is similar to the U in Russell. The key part here is to pronounce it quickly.
А. 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 А.
The next vowel sound is
А. Облако. Новая. Кожа.
it's identical to the A in about. When practicing, make sure you pronounce it about instead of about.
А. 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 А.
The final sound that occurs in unstressed syllables and the final vowel sound for this lesson is
Е. Еда. Язык. Дерево.
it's identical to the YI in yippee. The key part here is to pronounce it quickly.
Е. 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 Е.
Well done! You've just learned all 13 vowel sounds in Russian. With these sounds, you can pronounce any vowel that could possibly appear in the Russian language. Isn't that great? In this lesson, you'll learn the basics of Russian pronunciation. Russian pronunciation is arguably easier to learn than English. Consider the following English words. The first word is pronounced colonel, not colonel. The second word is pronounced arise. Adding an N, however, doesn't give you arisen, but arisen. The last word is pronounced ate, but adding an H doesn't give you hate. Instead, it becomes height. English is notorious for being a difficult language to learn, and it can be very frustrating for learners due to the fact that its pronunciation rules often don't make a lot of sense.
Russian, on the other hand, can seem like a blessing when compared to English. Дуб. Вода. Дом. Russian is primarily pronounced as it's spelled. There are some exceptions, but they're governed by more defined rules compared to English. Even long words, like the greeting you learned in the previous lesson, are largely pronounced as written. Здравствуйте. All you need to learn now then are the sounds of Russian.
There are many vowel and consonant sounds in Russian. Luckily, Russian puts its letters into 2 main categories of sounds, hard and soft.
There are a total of 10 vowels in Russian, and they're divided equally. There are 5 hard vowels which are a little similar to English. A, E, U, O, U. And 5 soft vowels. These are vowels that have a netted glide or Y-like quality, making them sound softer. Я, Е, И, Ё, Ю. Please note, though, that the number of vowel sounds do not equal the number of vowel letters. There are actually more vowel sounds than represented by letters.
Similar to vowels, consonant sounds can also be hard or soft.
B, B, V, V, D, D, Z, Z.
Unlike vowels, though, consonants aren't differentiated into separate letters based on their hardness or softness alone. A single consonant letter is used to represent two sounds, one hard
M,
and one soft.
M.
This is because Russian is actually read in blocks. We use the closest vowel which comes after the consonant to indicate whether to pronounce the consonant hard or soft. If the consonant is followed by a hard vowel, then the consonant is also pronounced hard.
Ma, масло.
On the other hand, if the consonant is followed by a soft vowel, then the consonant is also pronounced soft.
Мя, мясо.
The many contrasts between hard and soft consonant and vowels is what gives Russian its distinct gliding sound.
We saw before how a relationship exists between letters and sounds based on their hardness. Voicing is another quality that's important to be aware of when learning Russian pronunciation.
Voicing simply refers to whether or not your vocal cords are vibrating or not vibrating. English has voiced pairs as well. Consider the following letters: P, B, T, D, K, G. Do you notice the relationship between these letters? The letters in each pair are pronounced exactly the same, the only difference being that one requires your vocal cords to vibrate and the other to not vibrate. Sounds that do not require vibration of the vocal cords, like all the ones on the left-hand side, are considered voiceless, while sounds that do require vibration of the vocal cords, like all the ones on the right-hand side, are considered voiced. Consider the following example in Russian. This letter is pronounced
G. But this word here isn't pronounced bog, but bog. Notice how the letter G is written, which is a voiced letter, but is actually pronounced as the letter K, a voiceless letter.
So what ended up happening? The final consonant is a voiced consonant, but when the word is being pronounced, the letter is actually read using the voiceless counterpart instead.
This occurs to all words that end in the final consonant in Russian. Final consonants are pronounced voiceless. So despite what's written, always pronounce the final consonant in Russian using the voiceless version. B, zub, z, без. The key to perfecting Russian pronunciation is to master hard and soft pairs and voiced pairs.
Unlike many other languages, Russian pronunciation is heavily affected by sounds that are adjacent to each other, often adopting the sound qualities of the letters that surround them.
Once you understand the concept and the relationship between hard and soft pairs and voiced pairs, Russian pronunciation actually becomes quite logical and easy to learn.
Okay, let's wrap up this lesson by recapping what we've learned. In this lesson, we introduced you to some important concepts for learning Russian pronunciation. You learned that there are hard and soft pairs in Russian, about voiced pairs in Russian, and that letters can adopt these sound qualities. If you're interested in learning more about Russian pronunciation, check out the entire course we created named The Ultimate Guide to Russian Pronunciation. In that course, we cover and break down every single sound in the Russian language, showing you mouth and tongue positioning and giving you tips to help you perfect your Russian pronunciation.
10 hardest words to pronounce. 10 hardest words to pronunciate. Russian pronunciation is not easy. So, are you ready for the challenge? Now, let's begin. Split. Come out to the surface. Split. Split. I bet you can't say that. I guess what's difficult about this sound is that V and S come together, one after the other. Split. Because split is swimming or floating. So something comes out from inside the water to the top, to the surface. So split. Всплыть. Okay? Now you can say this word. Днем. In the afternoon. Well, here you have a hard D, changing with the soft yo, so it sounds like днем. I prefer having my breakfast in the early afternoon. Я предпочитаю завтракать рано днем. Достопримечательность. Attraction. Достопримечательность. For example, when you're going to Paris or somewhere, you can see many different tourist attractions. Let's make a sentence. Eiffel Tower is one of the tourist attractions. Эйфелевая башня – одна из туристических достопримечательностей. Кремль – главная туристическая достопримечательность Москвы. Kreml is the main tourist attractions in Moscow. Did it sound too long? Well, sorry, that's Russian, guys. Ёжик. Hedgehog. Ёжик. Ёжик. Этот ёжик такой милый. This hedgehog is so cute. Здравствуйте. Hello. Здравствуйте. Actually, in the middle of this word, there's a letter V. You can see in the writing form, but when you say it, it disappears. So instead of здравствуйте, we just say здравствуйте. When you see someone for the first time or someone you don't know, you can say здравствуйте. Меня зовут Катя. Hello, my name is Katya. Пожалуйста. Please. Пожалуйста. This word is usually used in the beginning or in the end of the sentence. So if you want to ask for something, you can say, give me the receipt, please. Дайте мне чек, пожалуйста. Преподаватель. Teacher. Преподаватель. Well, basically teaching is преподавание. Or to teach someone is преподавать. Basically to bring your knowledge to someone. My teacher was late to the class today. Сегодня мой преподаватель опоздал на урок. 5. 5. 5. 5. Give me 5. Дай мне 5. Yay! Чебурашка. 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 It's a made-up word for the animation character. For example, I used to love watching Чебурашка. Когда я была маленькая, я обожала смотреть Чебурашку. Шишка. Pine cone. Шишка. Well, how shall I explain this? It's like when you're trying whistling, but you can't, so you say shh, you know? And then you just put another sh after, so shishka. Maybe it helps you. Shishka. There were many pine cones in the forest. В лесу было много шишек.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.